What up, everybody? It's your boy Avel did it back with another one. However you got here, whether you already subscribed to the channel, whether I popped up on your news feed, whether somebody told you about me and you're checking me out for the first time. However you got here was meant for you to be here, so I appreciate it. Before I get started, if you can hit that like button and hit that hype button for the content. You did it? Cool. Shouts out to everybody who keep hitting that hype button, that like, subscribe button, sharing the content. I truly appreciate it. So, before I get started, I'd like to say thank you. I truly appreciate it. All right, who we got up? We got that boy Big U up right now.
What?
Yeah. So, Big U, if you don't know, is a OG Crip from LA, from Los Angeles, like myself, and he did a lot of time in prison, got out, tried to dibble dabble in the music industry. He did help a lot of kids as far as getting to football, and he did some good things, but he did bad things. So now it comes to a point where the bad outweighs the good in his situation. So he's been sitting in jail all this time, um, fighting a slew of charges that they threw at him, and it's been pretty quiet for him these last few months. We haven't really heard much about his situation, just very minimum. And here it is. We get a story. I'm gonna read you guys a little bit, and then I'll tell you what my opinion is. It says alleged LA Crips leader Big U Henley charged with requesting jailhouse hit on witness.
What?
Now, who y'all think the witness is? He trying to get a jailhouse hit on. Who y'all think? I'll tell you who I think at the end, but y'all think about that. It says, this is the brief. It says alleged LA Crip leader and music executive Eugene Big U Henley, 59, faces several new federal charges, including soliciting inmates to unalive a witness against him. Prosecutors added a charge of witness tampering, sex trafficking, conspiracy, wire fraud, and EIDL pandemic relief fraud. Oh, man. Along with allegations of assaulting a Grammy winning artist and embezzling nonprofit funds. So the Grammy winning artist they're talking about is Future, if you didn't know.
What?
Says Henley remains in federal custody, facing a potential life sentence with a joint federal trial alongside 6 co-defendants scheduled for February of 2027. Now it says here, an alleged South Los Angeles gang leader and anti-activist awaiting federal trials was charged on Thursday with 7 additional federal felonies, including soliciting inmates to murder a witness and executing pandemic. We read that part. It says a federal grand jury returned a superseding indictment on Wednesday charging Eugene Henley Jr., an alleged longtime member of the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, with 7 new felony counts, 2 counts of solicitation to commit a crime of violence, 2 counts of tampering with a witness and a victim or an informant. It says 1 count of conspiracy to transport an individual in interstate commerce with intent that the individual engage in prostitution, and 2 counts of wire fraud.
What?
Man, if all of this is true, it's like Big U should be smarter than that to know he can't do nothing over no jailhouse phones. It says, according to the court document, Henley solicited 2 fellow jail inmates on June 10, 2026, offering payment to unalive or physically harm a witness, victim 1, to prevent their trial testimony. Additionally, the indictment expands on the activities of the Big U enterprise, alleging Henley paid co-defendant Armani Manny to transport women from Los Angeles to Las Vegas for prostitution between November 2022 and January 2023. Charges also state Henley filed fraudulent EIDL pandemic relief loan applications for his business, Celebrity Socks, in June 2020. Now, during the pandemic, a lot of people was doing the PPP loans and all of that, and they were claiming they lost money from businesses that they allegedly had for years, but they didn't really have no business. They were just, on paper they did, but they didn't really have a physical business or any employees that they were employing, but a lot of people were saying they were. Um Now, honestly, I think uh it's given out a timeline here of everything Henley's done. They said in 2014, Henley and associates allegedly assault and chase a Grammy-winning artist through Los Angeles International Airport over an unpaid debt. Now, if you guys remember, Whack 100 Ben talked about this, where and nobody believed him, especially because Future never said anything. When stuff comes out about Future, he's not like the rest of the people trying to debunk it. He just leaves it there. He don't care whether it's good or bad. He just leaves it there. Um Now, Wack told this story about this, and nobody believed Wack. Everybody was like, there's no way Future is running from you through the airport. And apparently it's true. They have it right here in the police documents. And it says in 2019, Henley allegedly embezzled charitable funds from his anti-gang nonprofit developing options. That's the name of it, developing options. So they're saying that he was embezzling money through this charity. It says in June 2020, Henley submits a fraudulent COVID-19 pandemic relief loan application for Celebrity Socks. Okay. Now, in 2021, they're claiming aspiring musician RW is unalived in Las Vegas, an act tied to Henley in underlining racketeering charges. So they're claiming that the young man who came out here with him to Vegas with him that was unalive, they claimed over a song or some kind of dispute with him and Big U, they're throwing this in there, even though he's not been charged with it. It says 2022 to January 2023, Henley alleged coordinates SEX trafficking transport from LA to Las Vegas with co-defendant Armani. Man, they have so much on him. They said 2025, Henley is taken into federal custody on initial racketeering and financial fraud charges. June 10th, Henley alleged solicited inmates in jail to unalive or harm a key witness. Federal grand jury returns a superseding indictment adding 7 felony counts. Um, it says Henley asked 2 inmates about the layout of a housing unit where he believed a witness identified in the indictment as victim one was being held. Henley offered to pay the inmates to unalive or harm victim one to prevent victim one from testifying at trial against members of Henley's criminal enterprise. Um, I don't know, but I'm just taking a guess out here to say victim one or whoever that is, and they're in jail. I have a good feeling that is loose cannon.
What?
Allegedly. Because, I mean, Loose Cannon is the only guy that Wack talks about online all the time, talking about how his lawyers are, you know, contacting him. Loose Cannon lawyers are contacting Wack to see if Wack could do something where basically they saying that Loose Cannon is ready to spill his guts and tell whatever he has to get more leniency for himself. So, I mean, honestly, I think that's who it is, but I could be wrong. Okay. It says his 6 co-defendants are scheduled to go on trial together in February of 2027. If convicted, Henley faces a statutory maximum sentence of life in federal prison for the racketeering conspiracy count, as well as an additional statutory maximum of life in prison for each count of witness tampering.
What?
Wow. It just sounds to me like they don't want to let him go. And they won't let him go. Especially, it's not like this is the state. This is the government we're talking about. And I mean, all it takes is for one of these charges to stick for him to be in prison for pretty much the rest of his life. I think it's kind of dumb for him to be on phones, any kind of trying to threaten a witness or any of that kind of stuff when he already knows he's under uh close examination to see what he does. So this was just an error on his fault. So we can't feel sorry for him. It's not like somebody tried to encourage him to do something to somebody. No, he's encouraging other people to do something, to tampering with a witness and unalivings and all of that. So this is all on him. Let me know what y'all think down below though. Do would if you knew the guy who snitched on you was in the jail next door, would you try? Would you try? Would you try? If it means you, if he testifies you gonna do life in prison, if he don't, you have a 50-50 chance. Would you try? I know I wouldn't. Let me know what y'all think down below. That's all the time I got for this topic. Please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And y'all already know I'm gonna be back with some more reaction videos, some more news, and I'm definitely gonna catch y'all on the next one. Alright? Peace.